What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking out for the future of this company. I'm also going to be talking about what my price prediction is given the data that just came out. What the CPI data is showing, that's very important for the market and Tesla going forward, and what's going on with the Tesla Roadster as we have a major update for you guys. Now, before I break any of this down, before I talk about where I see Tesla going and why this is very important, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up with my link down below and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or $100, it's up to you. You are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Now remember, you could always sell these 5 free stocks and buy some Tesla stock for free. So this is a limited time offer that ends in just 6 days. Webull also contacted me that they're running out of free stocks to give out, so please check it out before they run out, before the offer ends in 6 days, to get your 5 free stocks that could be used to get some free Tesla shares. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, right now, we were up 1.13% for the day. We did talk about the fact that this was a possibility, and then now I want to break down where I see the share price going, what the main possibilities are, and why on earth the CPI data was so interesting. So, looking at the CPI, it came out at 8.5% for the month of March 2022, and to be honest with you guys, there are two ways of looking at this. So this was actually a little bit higher than expected, and it was just so slightly higher than what expectations were that it didn't really affect the market to the degree a lot of people thought they would. But then you have to go back, take a few steps back, and remember, this is the highest CPI data report we've had since 1981. In decades, we haven't seen, estimates for inflation being this high. This means that CPI is just one of the many measures of inflation. People also use the PCE data. It's very similar, anyways, but obviously, this has a lot of merit. It's very close to what the real rate should be. Maybe not perfect, but it's close. And this, as a result, is just showing the fact that this issue is getting really, really big. And we really need something to step up by the Fed. We need some action by the Fed to really fix inflation as the issue it is, because so much money has been printed. There's so many banks that are letting these institutions and hedge funds being very over leveraged. And in this position, it's not good for the sustainability of this market. So, what I see going forward is this, okay? When it comes to the way this inflationary data or this CPI data came out, people expected it to be 8.4%, 8.3%. It was at 8.5%. It's still very high. The Fed is probably going to become hawkish very, very soon. But as a result of that, it's not a surprise, right? There's a very big difference between news that comes out that just catches people off guard and things we anticipate. So we're anticipating all these things. We anticipated it to be just as high, which is why it did not come out as something that hurts the market or causes to crash very hard. It was very possible though, and I told you guys in my previous video, if it was very high, it would have just rug pulled us very hard. Luckily, it wasn't extremely higher than expectations, so that's why the market just did not take a massive hit like some people thought. Now, I also want to show you guys historical data. So looking at the SPY real quick, there's this gap right here, right? This big gap that's going to take the SPY up to 446 or $446. And you guys could see we haven't filled the gap yet, and we're most likely going to fill it relatively soon. Now, how soon? I don't know. Perhaps within a week from now. And remember, on Friday, the market is closed due to Good Friday. So if the SPY does have some bullish indicators, and we're seeing the same thing with Tesla, because we have this gap right up at about 1,000 and wait, let me zoom into it just to make this clear. Trying to make this as clear as possible. This is at 1,025. So another gap that's going to push us above that 1,025 range, which is also a bullish indicator. Now, this doesn't mean I'm saying we're just going to go straight up to 1,030 overnight. It's very, very possible for something like that to happen. But we did see Tesla get some good pushes today to the upside. I also think that a lot of investors were very excited over this news right here, over the fact that the Tesla Roadster reservations are back with big deposits now available. And to me, that's absolutely fantastic news because it's getting these investors excited, these people that are ready to buy their Tesla Roadsters, and we are getting closer and closer to the big day going forward. So on the company website, potential buyers can now put down a $5,000 deposit via a credit card and then follow up with a wire transfer for $45,000 within 10 days to secure their reservation. This is similar to the Cybertruck. As you guys know, both of them are monsters and they're absolutely incredible. Also, the $5,000 credit card deposit is fully refundable. And to me, that's very awesome. They didn't say anything about the wire transfer being refundable. We'll have to see on that. But to me, that's very, very amazing. I can't wait for how this really plays out. And people are just, a lot of people are very excited about this. I mean, people have their own opinions too about credit cards, but it still is very good news because they're getting closer to that big day the Roadster comes out. And we know how bullish that's going to be for the share price. We could easily break all-time highs if we do see the announcement of either the Tesla or the Roadster starting production. That is going to be insane. Now, going forward for Tesla, what do I think the share price is going to do? Well, now that the news has settled in, I think that right now we're trading within this range right now. This range is kind of around that $1,000 to $975 range. So let me show you another example of a range, and we could use historical data to actually show this. Look at this right here. Okay, I didn't just hold on. I didn't just spontaneously draw these lines. I mean, these were just support and resistance levels that we calculated, and we just happen to be trading within this range for what is that, like a week? That's pretty insane. And you guys could see the way this stock tends to move. We were at like that $1,070 level. That was a key level. We would just trade between this midline range and we would go as high as that $1,100 level, just going back and forth for quite a bit of time. And now it's appearing like we're seeing something similar right here. Now we have this new range at between 975 and maybe 1010. We maybe could go a little higher to that $1,020 range by some short periods of time, but not for too long. So what I see going forward is the same thing I told you from before is we have that key support at 975. We want to see this thing hold it out. As long as we hold the line there, we're going to be in a very good position to fill the gap right up here. And for me, I'd be very bullish if we actually hold it up pretty darn well. If we don't hold it, if we manage to actually drop below it and we can't actually find our support at that range at some given moment, then we'll go as low as the $950 range. That's the next key level of support. So, what do I think is going to happen, right? That's probably what's on everyone's minds. Well, for me, it is very possible for us to actually drop the day after CPI data comes out from a historical basis. But the thing is, and if I actually bring up the 3 month chart, I'm going to show you this in a very meticulous way. Let's go back on March 10th. Where's March 10th? Right here. This is when the last CPI report came out for February. Let me actually draw a vertical line right there. March 10th is like right here. So the CPI report came out. It was not too good for February at 7.9%. You could see Tesla had that balance, then we ended up dropping and dropping and dropping the next day. We dropped for a couple of days before we got that bounce and then started to rally right back up. I'm sure you guys remember that. And to me, it's very possible for us to get a similar move. Now, the question is, are we going to drop? Well, here's the thing. The last time that happened, we were already starting this downward trend, right? If you actually go back, hold on. Yeah, like right here. We were trading around that $883 range. Then we started to drop slowly, went up, then we dropped. Then that's what kind of led us to continue dropping the way we were. The market was on a downward trend. And now, right now, as you guys can see, we were on a bit of a downward trend. We found our support, and we have this gap right here, right? This gap at 1024. So what I think is going to happen, and this is my prediction, I think we're going to continue to drop just a little bit, but I think we're going to hold that $975 level of support. If we don't hold it, we could drop a little lower, but I personally think we're most likely going to hold it and stay in this range. And I would not be surprised if very soon we actually end up running a little bit and end up closing the gap at 1025. So my prediction is this. I think we're going to run up a little bit, trade a little sideways, then actually fill the gap at 1025. We're probably going to fill it tomorrow. It's very possible, as crazy as that may sound. And then after we fill it, we're going to drop a little bit, trade sideways in this range, then remain in this range for the remainder of the day, then close around that $990 range to 1000, very close to 1000. So that's my prediction. I'm still very bullish going forward. And I do apologize. This video was kind of rushed because I was just super busy trying to fix my computer. And nowadays, look, sometimes you have these issues, but one thing I'll tell you for sure, and that is Tesla is no issue in this market for my day. It just, there's always an opportunity. Even if this thing is dropping, you could always learn to play the charts. If you don't want to play the charts and you're very busy, then the best strategy would be just buy and hold the shares and wait it out, because things are still very bullish for the long term. For the short term, there will be some shaky price action, but I'm not losing my conviction. I'm still very bullish and I'm very, very excited. Anyways, I want to thank you all for listening. Please have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.